Good morning, good day, everyone. How are you guys doing? All my wonderful people. See, guys, let me your ear. I want to tell something. See, don't go to university because others are going. Go to university because you have a skill that you want to develop. There are so many graduates today in Africa who does not have a job, who cannot even solve a problem to themselves. There's so many graduates today who cannot even solve a problem today. There are so many graduates, it's not even what they study in the school that is feeding them today. That's why I say don't go to university just because others are going. Don't send your children to university because others are going. Go to university because you have a skill, you have a passion that you want to develop, that you want to bring out. In Africa, our system of education is just for us to go to school, go to university, and come out and become a slave and start looking for a job. We don't go to school to become a problem solver. The reason why you should go to school is for you to become a problem solver, for you to be able to solve a problem. What services are you rendering? What are you offering to the people? That's why, that's the only way you can say, yes, I went to school. You see, in some developed countries, these people don't even go and spend a lot of years they spend in university. They don't go and spend a lot of years we spend in. They go to technical school. They learn skills. They learn skills. It's very, very important. They learn skills. Know that skill that you want to develop. Then you go straight and develop it. You don't need 10 years. You don't need 5 years to go and spend learning one particular skill. I'm telling you this from experience. We all graduate from university. What we study today is not what we are eating from. It's not what is fetching us money. What we study today is not what is fetching us money. We pass through university and university passed through us. But today is a total different thing. So don't go and make that the same mistake. Develop a skill. I'm not saying don't go to school. I'm not saying don't go to university. But try to know what you are going there to do so that when you come out, you can be able to have a service that you are rendering, not to be carrying CV up and down, looking for a job. Looking for someone who will employ you. Looking for that person who did not even go to university to employ you. Does it make sense? That would be a very stupidness of you. If you go to university and come out and somebody who did not go to school and employ you to work, your school is waste. Your university is waste. How many years you went there is a waste. You can't go to university and somebody who did not go to university employ you. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So learn skill. That's what I'm saying to say. Learn a skill. Have a skill. Have a skill that you go and develop in the university. Don't just go there and see that, oh, I'm in university. I'm studying this. I'm studying that. When you come out, you don't have nothing to offer. You have nothing to offer. You have nothing. Some people, they only go and learn mechanic, but today, they are problem solvers. They solve problems to the society, but you that went to study 5 years in university cannot even solve one single problem. You can't solve any problems. You see? So don't quote me wrong. A lot of people will quote me wrong and saying, I'm talking about I'm telling people not to go to university. No, that's not what I'm saying. If you are going to university, have a skill that you want to develop. Know that, oh, I'm going to develop this skill. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Don't just go because my friends are in universities. My friends, they went to university. That's why you want to go to university too. No. That's why I said don't go to university. Have a skill that you want to go and develop in the university. It's very, very important. Otherwise, you'll come out and becomes like others. Do you know how many professors we have today in Africa? Do you know that? Do you know how many professors we have? What problem are they solving to the society? What problem? Do you know how many engineers the universities in Africa produce? And what problem are they solving? Many of them, they don't solve any problem. Many of them don't even know what they study. Yes, just go to university, they wasted their time. But if they have a skill, but so they come out, they don't have skill. They only have theories. So when you're thinking of going to school, think of skill. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. And we all forget that we have three types of education. We have formal, informal, and semi-formal. But in Africa here, we focus more on formal education, which going to the university. Forget about the formal and the informal. What about the informal? The informal type of education, the one you go and learn a job and have a skill. And that is what is selling. And that is what the world needs today. That is exactly what the world needs today. The world does not need your grammar. The world wants you to be a problem solver. You need to have a problem. You need to be solving a problem. If you are an engineer, you know what kind of engineer are you. If somebody comes to you, you can be able to solve 1, 2, 3 problems. Not you come and speak big grammar without no solution. You don't come and speak big grammar without no position. That is where the world is getting to now. So if you can't, it's still time for you. Don't waste your time going to university and come out and start afresh again. Now you start from the beginning to look for skill. At that process, when you're in university, try to study something that you know that once you come out, you have a skill. You can be able to work. You can be able to do something on yourself without even you asking for something. That's why we have a lot of unemployment educated people in Africa. Let me just say in Africa, uneducated unemployment is everywhere because none of them, they are waiting for those ones who did not go to school to come and employ them. And maybe a company needs 10 people, but we have 50 people who graduated. How are they going to fit in the other people's? But if you have a skill, when you come out, you set up your own small-scale business, your own small-scale company. You start producing. You start rendering services to people, and you start making your own money, start making a living. You don't need to wait for people to come and employ you. You understand? You don't need to wait for people to employ you. Now you're being self-employed. There's some short courses that you can do, 3 months, 4 months. For example, chef. You can do just short course and you start cooking and start earning money. There's a lot of them. Even in IT industry. There's some short courses you can do. Become a programmer. You become a programmer in short period of time. And you start making money. You can advance. You can advance later. But you go to university, you spend good 5 years, 6 years, you come out, and somebody who did not attend high school employ you. You are mad. Something is wrong with you. You don't have sense. You don't have sense. You see, you don't have sense. You need to. Most of us, we do that mistake today. We did that mistake, but we don't know. Because our parents wanted us to go to university and have that degree. We have it. Now we come out and face the reality of life. The reality of life does not lie in the school. It's when you are out of the school, you will see the reality of life. For undergraduate, you will not understand. It's only people who are graduate will understand what I'm saying today. It's only the graduate who will understand what I'm saying. If you are still seeking for admission to university, you will not understand. But after spending 5-6 years in university, you come out, then you will understand what I'm talking about. But now, you won't understand. It will be very, very difficult for you because you need to go and experience that. You really need to go and experience it and come out. We are not saying education is not good because we have different form of education. But check the one that works better for us. Yes, if somebody who does not have sense, you cannot be a mechanical. If you don't have sense, if you can't be a mechanic, you can't be a chef because all those things you learn them. You understand? Even being a content creator, you learn them. It's a process. So we think that education is all about going to the university and sitting in a classroom. That's only when you are educated or speaking big grammar. You find out that most people who speak big grammars, they don't even solve one single problems. They can't even, because if they do, all these are politicians that speak big grammar in the TV. There's nothing they are solving. There's no problem they are solving in the continent, in the African continent. They are not solving any problems. All those professors, they can write long, but they're not solving any problem. Because if they do, we wouldn't be in this mess we are today in Africa. It's because we focus more on formal type of education, to go and sit in classroom. We forget the informal, that you need to go and learn trade. You need to go and learn trade, handwork. Be skillful enough. But it's unfortunately, but I'm telling you now, you that young one that's still looking to go and spend 10 years in university, 5 years in university, start thinking twice. Start thinking twice. Okay? I know many people, I know many graduates today as we speak, many graduates today in Africa, they don't have job. They can't even solve a single damn problem for themselves. They can't solve a problem. I beat my chest. I know many of them, they can't even solve a single problem for themselves. They don't produce anything. They don't manufacture anything. They don't render any services. They only have that certificate. And you ask them, I'm a graduate of this, looking for someone that will employ them. Looking for someone that employ them. Mr. Man, let me tell you, go back and learn a trade, learn a handwork. If it's a tailoring, go and learn. If it's a bricklayer, go and learn. Do you think that Canada and all those developed countries, they are stupid when they say they are looking for skilled workers? Eh? Do you think they are stupid when they say they are looking for skilled workers? They are not stupid. They know what they want. They never tell you, oh, we want a graduate from the social university. They don't want. They want those skilled workers. They want you to come and be doing something. Want you to come and be rendering services. That's why after studying in Nigeria or in Africa, when you travel to overseas, you look as if you haven't gone to school. You start again. You start again. Come on, man. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's educate ourselves. Let's educate ourselves. And you that are still planning your son or your daughter to take him to that university. Oh, this one is a private university. This one is good. But also make sure that child have a skill. That is what the society wants. You come out, you start producing something. You start doing something for yourself. You don't wait for anybody to employ you. You see, I've not worked for any company. When I come out of university, I start again. I went and studied. I went to learn, what do you call it? I went to learn how to fix a computer. I start fixing computers by myself. It's from there I start learning other things. But I've studied 5 good years studying civil engineering. Come out, I look for job from there and there. No avail. You see, we have to leave it and start somewhere else. Some of my age mates who started learning work, trade, today they are big, they are in a higher position. But all I'm saying, I'm not taking that education because the things I know, they didn't know it. I'm not saying that education is not good. No, I don't say don't go to school. No. Understand me, because most of you will quote me wrong and saying, why did you say don't go to school? If you don't work for you, work for people. How many people did you work for? How many of you? If we are 10 graduates, maybe 2 will be the one that is working in a good place. And you will walk all over your life. By the time you retire, you don't have nothing to leave behind. You see? So it was designed to enslave some mind of people, some certain people. It was designed so that when you come out, those people are taking you as a slave. You go and work because you don't have skill. You don't have skill. So when you are going to school, go to school, have a skill. Not just go and read and write. Have a skill. That's something that you know. Oh, when I look at a car, I know this car have an issue. I can be able to, fix it. Change 1 or 2 things. If I look at a computer, I've already know. If I look at a software, I've already know 1, 2, 3 that this is the problems. You understand? Yes. Yes, what I'm talking about is go get a skill. Be skilled enough. Don't just go to university and sit down there for 5 years. It's a wasted years. Get a skill. Even when you are still in school, get a skill. So get a skill. That's the only way you can excel in this our continent. Many people, all these prominent people you see that have different companies, most of them, people say, oh, they are not, they go to school, they go and learn, they learn those short courses, they learn the process, and they start making use of it before they could go further to study other degree. But many of our youth now just want to say, I'm in university without no skill. When you come out, you can't be able to solve any problems. You are going to school for you to be a problem solver, not for you to become a problem to the society. You don't go to school to become a problem to the society. You go to school for you to be a problem solver, so that you come out, you can be able to use your knowledge to solve the problem. But the reverse is the case, because what is happening now in Africa, you see that people go to school and come out, it becomes a problem to the society. Society now, they're looking for a way to fit them in. They're looking for a place to fit them in. They're looking for a job up and down, because they don't have skill. They are not skilled enough. That is how our system of education in Africa is. They don't have skill. But you go to school, you have a skill, you come out, you can be fit in. You don't need anybody to employ you. If you study computer engineer, you come out, you can start developing some apps for yourself. If you study mechanical engineering, you can have your own small workshop. You start developing something. Understand? You start developing something for yourself. That is how it works. That is why it works. Okay? So with this, we can be able to develop Africa. But going to school and sit down there for 5 years and 10 years is a wasted time. When you come out, you start looking for a job. When you come out, you can't even solve a problem. You are contributing to the problem of the continent. You are contributing to the problem of the country. Yes. So go to school and have a skill. Many people who are doing well in the industry today, they're not even university graduates. Most of them just went for college, just went for short courses, short trainings. These are still part of education. And they were trained, and they start earning, and they start making money. If you go to some of the Asian, they don't go to university to spend 10 years the way we spend in Africa. They go to school to spend a short period of time. They come out, they become a programmer, computer engineer, cyber engineer, cyber security expert. They start making money. But we in Africa, we spend a lot of years in university and come out, we can't even solve one problem. That is what I'm trying to say. We come out, you see a graduate everywhere, say, I'm a graduate of this, I'm a graduate of that, but he cannot even solve even his own financial problem. He cannot even solve a problem in his house. So what is the meaning of that? Is that education? It's not. It's a wasted time and wasted years. I leave you here for now. Have a lovely weekend. Buchingwa says so. Please like and share this video if you love this our African continent.